it messy today. Hello, my name is Nikki and I'm with Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. So today is Tool Time Tuesdays and we're supposed to use embossing folders. Well, I have shown how to use embossing folders by actually embossing on the background, which I'll link up in the upper right hand corner. I've also shown how to emboss sections of paper and then add that as texture to your layout too, as like a block. So I'll link that in the upper right hand corner as well. I have something different for you today. So this is a Tim Holtz, if you can't tell, 3D embossing folder. I don't know that this is 3D. It might be the texture phase or whatever. But we're going to do something different. What you're going to need is you're going to need your heat embosser and then some stamping foam. So this is from Simon Hurley. And what this is going to do is when we heat it up and press it on this image, it's going to have the image here. So we can actually stamp it. Isn't that cool? So we're going to use our embossing folders in a different way. So you are going to need to heat this for about 10 seconds. And then I'm going to quickly press on here to get the impression that I want. So just going back and forth, making sure that you're getting even pressure or even heat, and you can kind of start feeling it heat up too. Now I have this on the table so that I can get a good impression when I put this down. And what's great is that if I don't get it the first time, I can kind of start to smell it get warm. There we go, you can really see the pattern there. But I still want more, so I'm being greedy. I want this perfect. You see how this just goes away super quick? I just heat it up and the pattern disappears, which is really kind of neat. There we go. Okay. You can kind of see the deep impression there. So I'm going to test this before I actually put it on the back of my layout. So you can see, I've tried others, which is really cool, right? And I'm just going to take my Distress Oxide ink, and I'm going to do it in black, because that's my plan for the layout. I'm going to pull my brown out, because I'm also going to use some brown on this. You know, I might use, yeah, I'll use that brown. I think that'll look good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my ink pad, and because I just want the raised images, I'm just going to kind of rub my ink pad over this. And this is very light application. Okay, so now when I stamp it, look at that. Isn't that cool? So you can get this 3D embossed image onto your layout in a stamp form. So that's what we're going to do today. So this is my plan. And what's great is I just wipe this with water, or spritz it with water and then wipe it off, and that image still stays there. My layout is going to be of this little guy lining his cars up in a row. Of course, right? I've got some paper here from All About a Boy with Echo Park. And this is a scrap piece, and that's going to kind of land like that. And then my paper, which is on vellum, because I didn't want the stark white. It would clash against the back of this. Is going to land there. And then my title is going to be Line Up, and that's going to be up in the upper left hand corner. So I've got some brown here. grab my blending brush if I can find it. There's my blending brush. Now I think I can pull off brown because I've got some brown in this paper here. And we're gonna go off the page just a little bit. Now we're gonna go in and we're gonna stamp. So I've got my handy dandy stamp here. And where I'm thinking here, 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 and here, I think. Definitely right there for sure. So I'm going to gently apply the black all on this. Now, from the YouTube videos that I watched, people have been spraying water on it, but I don't want to do that because I do want the detail of the stamp to shine through. I'm going to do another one right here. Okay, that looks good. Kind of poking through there, that's fine. And then let's get some down here. That looks good. Then we're going to get some up here. That looks good. Is there anywhere else that I want it? I don't think so. So one thing to note about this stamping foam is you don't want to leave this on there. So it's super easy to get rid of, I showed you earlier. But to get rid of the ink, all you need to do is literally spray it. And you know what? I'm thinking I'm going to add some splatters to this in black. So this is not going to be a waste of ink. No, ma'am. It is not going to be a waste of ink. We're going to clean up this spot here. And grab a handy dandy brush. And just kind of splatter. Oh yeah, that splatter's good. Oops, I don't want to get my other paper. That way it kind of doesn't look as random. Still looks random, but it's okay. Okay, now that's going to kind of dry blackish gray, I feel like. So, and that's okay because my stamping in the background is pretty light. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some modeling paste through my stencil. See how easy that is to clean up? Literally took a baby wipe. Well, it's a baby rag, really. Baby diaper. And yeah, looks great, right? We need to let this dry and we'll be back. So we've used our stamp. Now we get to use our stencil. So I am going to grab my texture paste and my spatula. If you used that stamping foam before, let us know. What do you think? Do you have any tips and tricks for us? This is personally my first time using it, so I'm definitely not an expert. And you can kind of tell, but it's okay. Whatever. Okay, so I'm going to apply this super thin because I still want to be able to see that stamping below it. So I'm going to maybe get that circle. Just kind of go in a diagonal fashion here. I do want to get off the page. I could use crackle paste by Tim Holtz, but I wanted white. And the crackle paste that I have is clear. So I wanted to bring some white into this layout a little bit. That looks good. So now let's go the opposite direction. Well, actually, let me think. I think I'm going to go kind of in a circle. Like that. So I don't have to think about it, right? Oh, shoot. Well, that's okay. Let's get some more half circles in here so that little part at the bottom doesn't look so funky. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, see that? I didn't want to make it look like a straight line. So that's good. That does not look like a straight line. And then I do want to get some up here. Let me find my title. I think if I just go straight across, I think that'll be fine. Okay, like something like this. Now this is texture paste, so I kind of want to be cognizant of that. It is going to add some dimension. And that's why I'm scraping it so thinly, so it's only the width of my stencil, and you can still kind of see through it. So that's got to dry. I need to clean my stencil and my spatula before it dries, because I do want to be able to use this with inks. If you don't dry it right away and you go in and try to use inks with it, it will look really funky later. So now typically when you have a mixed media layout, I stop here, right? I've got my title, I've got my photo and papers adhered, but I wanted to add a little bit more. I might as well, right? I've got a fantastic sticker sheet here, so let's use it. So I don't really see anything specific to cars. Oh, I've got a race car right there. That's about it. But I do spy this cute little banner. I think that would be fun to add to the layout somewhere. I was thinking it would go perfectly right up here, but that's not working down. So we're gonna add it here, I think. Let's see. My banner is so cute. I really want to use it on this layout. Okay. Now, I want to stick it under here and like that. There we go. That looks good. I think it'd be kind of fun to add a little something something here. I do have wax paper I can use for these things, so I might as well use them, right? Okay. And I feel like I should be putting something here because I have kind of 1, 2, 3, but I don't know. We're going to use it right there instead. Got a lot of blue going on, which I guess is fine, but I feel like I need some different colors here. Maybe I do kind of want the brown, since I have brown here, although you can't really tell, and it almost looks green up here because the color pulled, that color pulled when I added the stuff, and there's not very much green. There's a lot of orange. Well, I guess there's a green here and a green here, but I already have a circle, so I don't want to add another circle here. We can kind of go like this or like this, maybe something like that, to really point out that it's a straight line. I think that's hilarious. Absolutely freaking hilarious. I do kind of want to use this, but that's massive. And I don't really want to take away from my title. Let's move that so I can see everything. That looks pretty good down here. Let's put some brown up here somehow. Or do I bring it over here? Let's bring it over here. Might as well, since this is where I thought I should originally have a cluster and didn't want to. Let's instead move this up there. Let's pull some blue over. Oh, actually, there is a tab that has an arrow. Look at that. How perfect. Well, is it perfect? I don't know. Can I go like this? I really don't want to separate it that much from... That's okay. We'll go like this, and then I need to tuck something underneath. I feel like let's maybe use... I was thinking about using something like this. I love these, by the way. This, I don't know why. These spinners, like, make my freaking day. Okay, and then I can add this right on top. Kind of like something like that. Get some blue. We need blue. Let's get some blue. Oh, I have blue. That's my blue right there. Okay. Orange, blue, brown. That's done. That looks good. I like the way that cluster looks, I think. Ooh, maybe I add something like this. Take a look at that. There we go. That looks good. And should I go like this or should I go up here? I love this hot air balloon. I think that's super cute. Oh, there's a... Yep. That is going right there. Yep. Cute. Look at that. That's so cute. Okay, and then... Look at this, matches the stenciling. I don't think I could have planned that any more perfectly. I really... That's hilarious. Okay. Let's... We got kind of a circle thing going on there already, so that's done. So don't forget that you can use that stamping foam with your embossing folders to get some printed images. And then I linked some of the techniques that I've used otherwise on layouts with embossing folders. Plus, there's everybody else who's playing along with Tool Time Tuesdays. Remember, I'm the third Tuesday of every month. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.